Today I'm going to show you how to label values within variables in STATA. So let me open my STATA and let's begin. So this is my STATA. I'm going to import my data set from Excel spreadsheet. So go to browse, let me select this. Then this data set or this spreadsheet has two sheets within it, right? So it has the forms responses, and also you have response code. I'm interested in the response code because that will give me the values, right, which I'm going to label them. Okay, so you see that gender have changed to values, right? It has changed to numerical values, right, instead of the string values. Then instead of the string, then also I select import first row as variable names. Then I select okay. So now my data set is set for me to begin labeling the values, right? From here you could see that under the variables we have name and label. So what it simply means is that each of the variable over here has the same names as well as the label, right? So you could say that the variable gender has name gender and also label gender. So what I have to do is first I have to rename the names over here, the variable names, so that it will be simple for me to run my analysis. So first you have two options. First you can go straight to the codes. So the code is rename, then you select the variable which is gender. Remember that STATA is case sensitive, so gender. Then I want to rename gender as A1, right? So I press enter. So you can see that my variable gender has now changed to A1, which means that A1 represents my gender, right? Okay, now I can go with the other alternative by first going to properties, then open the lock button over here. So you click on it, it opens. You click on it, it closes. So you open it, then you select the variable, right, which is age. So I want to change age to, I want to rename age to A2. Then I tap here, then I click enter. This is just simple for me. This is fast for me. Then I want to change the nationality to A3. Enter. I want to change maternal status, marital status into A4. Then number of children into A5, right? So you can do that for all the variables, depending on which method you prefer or which step you prefer, right? Okay, so let's start with labeling my variables, right? Labeling variables. So let's start with gender, right? So before I start, let me run statistics on gender, which is A1. So when I run the statistics on gender, you can see that from the frequency table we have gender 1, 2. So over here we don't know what 1 represents and 2 represents. So based on your questionnaire or based on your research, you will determine that 1 represent maybe male and 2 represent female. So let's say you want to represent 1 with male and 2 with female. So what you have to do is first, we have two ways of going about it. So let's start with the straight coding. So first what you do is you could label define. So now you're going to define a variable, a label, and the label you are going to define it as A1, right? Okay, let me make it N1, right? N1. Then how am I going to define it? I'm going to define it by 1. That means the value 1 is equal to male. 1 is equal to male. Then 2 is equal to female. Right. Then I press enter. So now I have labeled N1 as my label, right, for gender. So what I have to do is I have to apply that label defined to the variable, which is A1, right? So you see, type label values label value A1, label value A1, then the label define, which is N1. Now you can run the statistics and see, or you can run the frequency and see. So tab A1. Now you see that you've labeled the values over here. So now 1 represent male and 2 represent female. All right, so simple. So you can do for the other variables as well. Okay, then the other method is that you can go straight to variable manager. You click on variable manager. Over here, this will open for you, right? And you have all the variables over here. So let's say this time around, let's go to marital status, right? So what you do is you click on marital status. You come to value label. You see that there's nothing over here. The only thing over here is N1, and N1 was label defined for gender, right? So now you want to have a new label defined for marital status. So what you do is that you don't have that one. So you go to manage, then you go to create label, right? So let's use that one too as N2, N4, right? Because N4, because marital status A4, let's make it N4 so that it will some kind of synchronize, right? Okay, then over here in marital status, what we do is that we have 2 frequencies, right? We don't know which one is which or which one is that. So what you do is that first you run the frequency, right? Okay, so let's run the frequency and come back. So let me close this one and let me run the frequency. So tap marital status. So you see that I have 1 and 2, right? So now you are going to define this 1 and 2 with definition of a new variable. So marital status, you select on, you go to manage, create. So you say N4, right? Then create 1. So you represent 1 for males. Then you add. Then 2 for females. Female. Then we add, right? Then you click on OK. So now you've created N4 for male and female marital status. You see, N1 is for gender, male and female. So you go to close. Now you come to value label here. Then you select N4, right? Select N4. Then you click on apply. Then you minimize it. So you see that these codes were similar to the same as this one, right? So which method you want? So you write tab, let's run the frequency and see whether it has been labeled. Wow, oh la la. So now you've labeled your variable. Okay, so this is how you label values in STATA within a variable, right? Okay, thank you very much and see you.